I'm hopefully going to save you some money by talking you through this repair. This customer's machine has been leaking bottom left down in this corner here. Now I know just through experience that it's often the bit that sits behind here, the bit the drawer goes into, the bit that surrounds it, it can leak. But also this will be good for you if you get sick and tired of the bit in there getting really smelly and stinky. I'm going to replace the section that gets all horrible, so you might want to do that even if your machine isn't leaking. Follow my steps, you'll be able to do it yourself. So this is the bit we're going to be replacing because it's leaking, but this is the area that gets super gammy up there and at the bottom bit as well. It's the bit you look up in there at your machine. I'll take the drawer out and have a look at the condition of this one. As you can see, this one really isn't that bad. They can get way worse than this. If you look at yours, you'll probably be quite shocked. Being an integrated appliance, the first thing I always do is take the decorative door off. It just makes life a lot easier. And don't forget to turn the power off, guys, because you're going to be taking the top off to access this part. So just make sure that you turn the power off so you don't get any nasty jumps. And then you'll see when we get the lid out the way, you can see the section here that we're going to be replacing. So let's get this out. Let's disconnect the inlet valves, get those wires out the way, take pictures if you need to, guys. There's no shame in doing that. And we've got to take these screws out as well to allow it to lift off the valve. So just get them out the way. Also, there's two screws here that hold it in from the front, so also take those out. So once you've got those screws out, it'll actually allow you to start lifting it out of its position, prise it up off the valves there. But there is a hose down the bottom there that carries the water from this section down to the drum, which we need to disconnect. It just slides off at the bottom, but there's this little hook here that you need to make sure you take that off to allow it to slide off. So I just use my pliers to get down there, and it literally just hooks on the top. You'll see in a second. There we go. Go on. There. And that'll allow you to get back underneath it and take that hose off. As you can see, it's a bit awkward to get to, but just give it a, there we go. There it is. That was on the hose there. You can see the witness mark where this part was leaking. It's a typical sign there where you see the water that's been running down the drum. The new bit usually comes in two parts, so just line it all up and clip it all together, making sure it's all lined up nicely. You'll feel when it's gone in properly. Nice big positive clicks. So once you've got all that clipped together, just start doing the reverse of what you've already done. So get that hose on there. Try not to grease it. I don't like to grease these because they're designed to stay in place. So just kind of persevere and give it a wiggle and a push and just get that hose on there. And then we need to make sure that we remember to put this little hooky thing on again. Just hook that over the top to stop it wiggling down when the machine's spinning and vibrating. Now we need to get the back section pushed onto the valves. Those bits there go onto those bits. But these little rubber washers do come off, so they can sometimes be in the old part. So make sure they're both on there before you put this on, guys, because that's what's going to make the seal. First of all, to make sure we can line it up, we need to get the front pushed in, which can be really fiddly. So don't get stressed out with this bit. Just take your time and make sure all that is lined up, which is then going to allow you to go back again to the valves and push them in nice and snug. Once you've got that in place, make sure you put these screws back in to hold it in place. Don't undo that fiddly work you've just done. And there we go. It allows those back bits to line up nice and properly. Give them a squish. Get the screws back in to hold it in nice and firm, and you're good to go. Get the connections back in, obviously. Revert back to the picture if you need to, but the length of the cables often indicate which ones they go into. But like I say, no shame in taking pictures. And that is it, job done. We just need to get it all back together again, and pushing the machine back can be awkward, so take your time, mind your back. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, that was a little bit fiddly, so don't get frustrated with yourself if you struggled a bit with it. Getting that assembly, the bit we replaced, to line up nicely with the fascia was a bit fiddly. And I do this stuff all the time, so don't get annoyed with yourself if you struggle with that bit. But hopefully you've been able to do that yourself and save yourself a few quid. If you found this somewhat useful, do me a massive favour and drop me a follow. Thanks, guys.